We don't sit with you people. Ava's voice cut across the dinner table like a knife. No one stopped her from laughing. No one corrected her parents' approving chuckles. From that moment, I knew revenge was inevitable. I remember walking into the dining room and seeing the seating arrangement with sharp clarity. Ava was planted right next to my father, in the right-hand side of the head seat. A little princess officially recognized as heir. Jason sat beside her, Danielle between them like a living barricade. My mother was to my father's left, polite smile plastered on her face. My son and I were pushed to the far end, two chairs that looked more like furniture than family placements. The tablecloth wasn't properly laid there. I tried to convince myself it was a coincidence. But Ava's words, "You think you're better than us, don't you?" shattered every excuse. I looked at her quietly and asked, "Who told you that?" Ava smirked. "Grandma did. She said you make money now, so you don't sit with us and pretend like you're in charge." Danielle laughed. "Kids say things directly." My father tugged at his mouth, pretending not to be involved, but amusement leaked through. My breath caught, my chest felt crushed for a moment. I glanced at Jason. His eyes darted away. I didn't explode. I didn't argue. I quietly stood up and gathered my son's coat, gloves, and water cup. "Mom, are we going home?" my son asked softly. "Yes, now," I said. I held his hand and walked toward the door. Behind us, the clinking of cutlery, muffled laughter, and the quiet continuation of their pretend normalcy filled the room. They didn't care that I was leaving with my child. Like always. But that night was different. I wasn't going back. Part 2. Oppression and Potential: Why I Could Fight Back. That night, my father's text arrived. "You'll send the money tomorrow, right? Don't delay." It was for the mortgage. 3 years ago, they had refinanced it to pay for a cruise, Dad's pickup truck, and Mom's untouched designer clothes. They couldn't afford it and temporarily relied on me. At that time, I had just received a promotion, had extra money, and carried a lingering guilt for being away. So I took over all payments: mortgage, credit cards, even gas and car insurance. They came to expect it. They treated me as a given ATM. I endured silently. Growing up, they had told me, "You have to be responsible. The family can only rely on you." In college, I worked 3 jobs, and they said I didn't care enough about the family. The first big bonus I sent home earned me a curt remark from my mother. "You should have done this earlier." Years of subtle scars built up, not from shouts, but from being undervalued, treated as a tool. But I wasn't that child anymore. I had a stable income, legal knowledge, years of records from managing their documents, enough independence, and enough ability to retaliate. They underestimated everything. Step 1: canceling the cruise. Their pride, the luxury cruise, had been meticulously planned for years. I clicked cancel without hesitation. The system popped up. "Refund will be returned to the original payment method." Thousands of dollars instantly returned to my account. I closed the page, calm as water. It wasn't impulsive. For the first time, I made a decision entirely for myself. Step 2: stopping the mortgage autopay. I logged into the bank and disabled automatic payments. Confirmed. Done. Everything was quiet. No warning. No fights. I knew what would happen next. That house had already been on shaky ground. The overdue amounts far exceeded what they dared admit. I simply returned the consequences to their hands. Step 3: silence as a weapon. 2 days later, Mother called. I didn't answer. Second call. Third. Then a voicemail. "We ran into a small issue. Can you check the cruise? Maybe the system made a mistake? Your dad and I don't understand why the payment stopped. Did you make a mistake? Contact the bank quickly." By the 5th day, panic set in. "Are you trying to ruin us? What about the house? The cruise? How will your brother's family face this?" No apologies. No acknowledgement of Ava's insult to my son. Only blame. I didn't respond. Silence made them panic, and panic revealed their true faces. Step 4. Jason learns the truth. Jason called, voice tight. Mom and Dad said you canceled the cruise. What actually happened? I recounted the dinner from start to finish. He was silent for a long moment. Then, I never imagined she would teach Ava to say that. When I told him what Grandma had made Ava say, his voice cracked. Danielle mentioned this. I thought it was just anger. I said nothing. He asked again quietly, "The mortgage, you really paid it all?" "Yes." Silence. Like dropping into deep water. Finally, "Sarah, you did the right thing." I knew then he wasn't standing against me. He had simply lived too long in chaos to find an exit. Now he could see clearly. Step 5. Their panic begins. Within 2 weeks of the cruise cancellation and mortgage halt, they scrambled, attempting my old password to log into my bank, calling the cruise line to reactivate bookings, using my name for extensions, sending group texts accusing me of theft and abuse, forging messages I never sent. Every move was frantic, childish, chaotic. They had never managed a crisis, they only shifted blame. When all doors closed, madness set in. Step 6. Forging Jason's signature. Jason received a bank notice about mortgage co-signing. He was stunned. Requesting documents revealed a forged signature, his old handwriting copied and modified. He drove to their house and slapped the papers on the table. Calmly, "Sarah, they forged my name to delay the bank. I'm reporting it." Their last leverage, family bonds, failed. They destroyed their own control. Step 7. Losing the house. Foreclosure notice posted on a windy afternoon. Papers flapped violently. Neighbors watched them scream and cry, a public display of shame. They called me dozens of times. I didn't answer. 2 months later, they moved into a tiny rental in the next town. Kitchen too small, Dad's pickup left outside. Mother cried to relatives, claiming I had made her homeless. Lies cracked. More people saw the truth. Their greatest fear wasn't poverty, it was being exposed. Step 8. Relatives fooled too. Months later, a distant cousin saw Jason. "How's it going, moving back to help your parents?" Jason froze. "I haven't contacted them." Her face went pale. "Then why did they borrow $2,000 from me, claiming you 3 were moving in?" He told the truth. She was furious, ready to call the police. That night we laughed, bitter, cathartic, years of tension released. We did nothing. They pushed themselves off the cliff. Ava came over holding a drawing. Us, Jason, Ava, my son and me, under a tree beside a small house. "I like it here. It's calm. Dad said you've always been helping us. Mom's lies weren't real, right?" I knelt and touched her head. "You'll learn to see the truth yourself when you grow up." Ava nodded, handing me the drawing. "It's for you. This place doesn't scare me." I put it on the fridge. A new beginning. They still spread rumors, but no one cleans up after them. Anger and shouting bounce off empty rooms unanswered. We, Jason, the kids, and I have dinner in our home without fear, without compromise. We escape the constant pull and exploitation. They finally learned a truth. When someone no longer needs you, you lose the only control you ever had. We never looked back. Their world had already collapsed.